We are at HMV in Birmingham with Ben and Chrissy of the Shires. How are you guys?
Good, man. Yeah, we're great.
Very
Nice to be here.
Busy week for you guys, isn't it, this week? Just
Yes, just a
the
little
small
bit.
matter of an album
All-
release.
Yeah, just all over the place. It's kind of exciting. Well, it is really exciting to know that everyone's kind of got the album now. Well,
amazing.
those that want it anyway.
Yeah, the reaction's been amazing so far on social media, hasn't it? People seem to be really
Yeah,
embracing it.
it's been incredible. I mean, everyone seems to have a different favourite song, which is great as well. But yeah, I think people generally seem to be loving it, and you know, it's a big step on for us, definitely sound-wise. It's a lot poppier, but really fun. Like we got things like "Guilty" at the single, which is like a good song for getting in the mood to go out. We've got "Echo," which is a big up tempo on "River of Love," and then we've got the more kind of intimate moments like "Sleepwalk" and "Loving You Too Long," which people are loving as well. And "Strangers" is a big power ballad people are loving. So yeah, it's good. It's a good balance, and yeah, it's just like Chrissy said, it's so exciting. It's kind of out there now, and people kind of can listen to it.
Yeah. As if this week wasn't hectic enough for you, Ben.
Yeah, well, baby was due a few days ago. It still hasn't arrived, our second baby. So, yeah, it's exciting. It's funny, actually, River, my son, was singing along to "Guilty" earlier, apparently. we had a little TV and he was singing, he starts going, I'm guilty, which is kind of cool.
We're always
but
waiting,
yeah.
just waiting for the call at the moment. It's like
Yeah.
as soon as she rings, it's like,
Yeah, this could
Any
be
signs?
this could be a short interview. I might be off
Could
in
have
a
a nap.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Chrissy's going solo.
He's waiting for Dad to finish the HMV.
Yeah.
But how does it feel for you guys to actually release an album from your point of view? Is it quite a nerve-wracking thing? Is there a bit of trepidation about it?
there is a little bit of nerves, like at the, just as we're about to release, but just more kind of just excitement. Like, the two of us just get to write all the time when, and then we did all the recording ourselves with Lindsay, didn't we? And, we get to kind of be part of that whole process and choose what songs make it on the album, what songs mean the most to us. So I think that's the best thing that we get to do. And then I guess just, releasing them out into the world, just for people to have a little listen and, hopefully be able to relate to and, hear some of our stories, and then we get to hear other people's stories. I think, that's just the exciting thing of it, I guess.
Yeah, and the title's Accidentally on Purpose, and the marketing team at Decca have had a right laugh with that one.
Yeah.
Tell us about the kind of accidental emails and stuff that have been going on.
Yeah, there's been loads. I mean, a few of them I haven't got myself.
Yeah.
I mean, we have one, there's a magazine called Music Week, and we're on the front cover, and they printed it upside down. And I thought, when I got the email, it was just the wrong way around. I thought they'll just change that when it comes out. And I
Oh no,
sent
you
it-
like flipped your phone. You're
Yeah.
like, that looks good.
That's good.
Cool, yeah, all right.
But the big one was, they accidentally sent out the artwork to fans early, and they said it was like a joke email. It was meant to be for us. It was written by Joe King, the marketing
The
assistant.
intern at Decca,
And there are loads of people calling into Decca. We heard some of the
Reaction
messages.
it was quite hilarious.
Yeah, but it's been great.
So many messages, like bombarded with text messages going, oh my goodness, I've just received this email, like, and calls to Decca, like some voicemails, some hilarious voicemails, weren't there?
Your fans are so nice.
Yeah.
Kind of going, I'm really sorry, this wasn't meant for me. I just want to make sure Ben and Chrissy get the artwork. I'm not going to show it to anyone.
But genuinely, we just came up with the title because it was like named after one of the songs, but Decca and the marketing team just got right behind it. And we're like, right, we could do this and we can do this, and we're like, yeah, that sounds great.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Yeah.
But the new album's got a lot more of a pop crossover than your previous couple of albums. So how did that kind of come about? Where did that decision come from?
It's kind of like from just our experience. We spent a lot of time in Nashville, and we've done a lot of touring with big people like Little Big Town. We saw them at C2C as well, and again, every time we see them, they step it up. We toured with them in the States like 2.5 years ago. We did the sort of the Northwest, like around Seattle and stuff. And their show was kind of where we are now, I guess, actually. It was like, big-ish theatres. And then every time I've seen them, they've just added another thing. They've added the screens, and they've added, obviously they had some huge songs since then as well. And Girl Crush has been just crazy. That's kind of it for us. We aspire to play those big arenas and get everyone up, get everyone dancing, everyone singing, and we want people to have a good time at our shows. And I think because of that reason, it was natural for us to make something that's a bit more kind of poppy, and that's kind of music we like listening to now.
I think there's a lot of like pop crossover in country at the moment. I think we listen to a lot of like Kelsey Ballerini and those kind of crossover pop country artists, and we just love the kind of productions behind all of that. The Florida Georgia Line stuff, it's all kind of just crossing over with so many different genres at the moment, and think. If anything, the songs are still very country, and I think if you heard us play them acoustically, it would be, you know, a classic.
There's
kind
still a lot of
song.
country instrumentation in there as well, banjos
exactly,
and stuff. So,
exactly.
yeah.
Slide guitars in there as well. So there's still that, but you know, we love the kind of production side, and I think our producer Lindsay kind of definitely brought that out of us for sure.
And you spent a lot of time in Nashville over the last year or so, obviously recording the album out there. So what's it like from the artist's perspective to actually be there and be surrounded by all these amazingly talented songwriters and producers?
It's lovely. It really is. Like every time we touch down, you get this kind of creative buzz, you know, and you get to hang around with everybody else that is on the same creative wave as each other. And yeah, we were hanging out with like a younger crowd out there this time as well, which basically we were like kind of writing in the daytime and then going partying every single night. And I remember saying to Ben, I was like, you just can't like not go to these parties. Like you can't say, oh no, I'm going to have the night in tonight. It was just every single night, and it was fun, wasn't it? And it really inspired a lot of the songs on the album, like Guilty. You know, that was kind of my warm-up track to getting ready to go out at night time, which is quite fun.
I was going to ask you about Guilty actually. Why did you feel that was a good introduction to the whole project?
Just a big, like the sound of it was a big step on, and you know the whole visual as well, and yeah, it just felt right. I think the general consensus was that should be the first single. I mean, that was actually the song that kind of started the whole album process off, because the demo is essentially the record. It didn't really change at all. Lindsay, we had a writing session with him and a guy called Jason as well, Jason Nix. And Lindsay did the demo there and then, and we were looking for a producer at the time, and then we kind of went, oh, this is it. This is exactly what we're looking for. This is the sound. This is what we want to do. And so probably that's the reason it became the first single, because it's just naturally kind of that new step on, and it's so much fun. You know, it's nice to make music that we can kind of actually dance to, and sort of, you know, it's nice actually. Country in general, like at C2C, they had the after parties, the discos, and you know, I've never been to one before. I haven't done it in National Nights, all that kind of stuff, and I didn't know if you could dance along to country. I didn't think it would really be possible, and it definitely is now. Yeah.
Yes. And tell us about the music video for Guilty as well, because you shot that out in LA, didn't you?
Yeah.
So that must have been great fun.
Yeah, it was hilarious
about
shooting that. You know, we got the treatment through, and as we read through it, we were just like, this is going to be so much fun to shoot. There was a moment when I got handcuffed by the police officers, and then I had to handcuff the police officer back, which I swear on telly they make it look really easy, but it's really hard. But yeah, we were just having a great time, and everyone, like even at lunchtime when we were breaking for lunch, they kept going, I'm guilty, and they're like, oh, it's in my head. You know, it's just, you know, kind of catchy, I guess. But yeah, it was so much fun to do that video, and I think, you know, when you look at the other two albums, like all the bright colours and I think just the fun that we're kind of having now is definitely kind of poured out into this album.
And it's quite interesting seeing Ed Sheeran track on the album as well, Stay the Night. And it obviously Ed's written the track for Tim McGraw and Faith Hill as well. So do you feel
and
like
Keith
he's
Urban as well?
Yeah, Keith Urban,
just
exactly.
Listening on the way over,
Yeah.
and I said this sounds like Ed Sheeran's song, and so we had to Google it quickly, didn't we? And it was.
Parallel Lines.
Yeah.
It's a great track. But do you feel like he's really trying to dip his toes into the country waters now, and maybe even do some stuff himself?
Maybe. I mean, his music, I think, is almost country in a way. You know, Castle on a Hill, I just think that's, you know.
Oh, that's country.
Yeah, it is, isn't
Well,
it? It's a story, you know.
It is, everything is just real life. It is, you know, that photograph in my back pocket kind of thing. It is to the point, you know, there's no cleverness almost. Well, I mean, it's a cleverly written song, every song that he writes, but there's nothing hidden, you know. It's all out there for people to kind of relate to, and I think that's what, you know, makes his music very country. And I know that he lived out there for a little bit and spent some time out there, and yeah, he loves country music.
Yeah, and I get the impression that he doesn't really think about anything that he's doing. I think he just kind of does it, you know. Like
he was jamming to Luke Combs the other day on his Instagram story, and I was like, oh.
That's what people love, because he's so real. He's not trying, and I think he'll probably, you know, he's had the song with Eminem recently as well. I think he'll just do whatever he wants to do, and it's, you know, we're on a different level, but we're getting to do that as well to an extent. We, you know, the label don't ever say you need to make an album like this. It's just we make the music we love, and it's really freeing when you do that. And it's so nice to see him. You know, he just went. We had this night out with him in Nashville, and he just went. You know, well, we said we'd love to write with you, and then he sent a couple of songs over, and you know, they were great songs. I'm sure he's got songs in all these different styles, I imagine. It's
very cool. Well, tell us about this tour that's coming up next month as well, because you guys must have to pinch yourselves when you see Royal Albert Hall on your tour.
And it's such a long tour as well. And we were thinking about it. You know, we were playing to like 20, 30 people. about 4 years
I remember
ago.
seeing you guys at the Glee Club when you were with
Yeah.
War Thomas.
Yeah,
That was like
wow.
right 4 years ago.
Ran.
Was
There
it?
was someone
Yeah.
right. I was on the piano with someone right there in my face.
Yeah.
I remember, and that was one of the first shows that we had in-ear monitors. So with the in-ear monitors, you have like microphones pointing out to the crowd, to record the ambient noise, so you don't feel like you're just kind of nothing's going on. And because it was such a small venue, like I could hear someone having a conversation right next to the mic because they were so close to it, and I felt someone was in my head, and they were just stood there. But yeah, to go from that to like suddenly the Albert Hall, you know, and I don't say suddenly, but it kind of is suddenly in a way.
It's
We've
such a
done
short
a lot.
space of time, really,
Yeah.
relatively.
Yeah, we've done every venue in between, but yeah, it's an amazing thing, and yeah, it's not just that. I mean, we're obviously doing like the Symphony Hall in Birmingham, we're doing Bridgewater Hall in Manchester, the Sage in Gateshead, all these big venues, and 21 dates. So I think the funny thing is we're doing the Albert Hall, and then we're doing Folkestone the next night. We played Folkestone a couple of times, and it's quite a lot smaller, isn't it? And it's going to be quite an interesting one, going from like that huge sort of, you know, milestone moment to like the intimacy of Folkestone is going to be, you know,
be cool.
we're going to step up quite a bit. I think we're going to be, you know, a bit brighter again, have some lights going on, and it's going to be fun, isn't it? Some jazz hands.
And you've got Andy Brown and Sinead Burgess coming with you, haven't you? So you're looking forward to
Yeah.
spending some time with those guys?
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, me and Andy talk about voices all the time. He's been a great help for me with my vocal issues that I had. So the two of us were like, oh, I heard about this, and what about this? And you know, we talk about that all the time because we're just obsessed with it. But Sinead, we actually saw out in Nashville, and she was just playing in a bar. You kind of came across her, and she just blew us away. That, you know, she's just great, and we thought, you know what, we need to bring her over here and introduce her to our fans so that they can know who she is and, you know, get behind her, because yeah, the two of them super talented, so it's nice to be able to pick our own supports as well, isn't it?
Definitely.
And bring people out on the road with us.
Well, we'll hopefully come and see you at the Symphony Hall.
Yes.
As always, that'll be good
Do
fun,
come
and
on.
enjoy the tour.
Thank you, man.
very
Thank you.
much.
It was just a few minutes of your time. Appreciate it as
Yeah,
always.
thanks for the
Thanks
support
for
as
that.
well.
Thanks for
No
the
problem.
Pleasure,
We'll
isn't
see
it?
you again soon.
Thank